Another victim has been claimed by this incident. At 11:20 this morning,
11時20分
a 51-year-old male
51歳の男性
expired and was pronounced.
がお亡くなりになりました。
In front of a swarm of Japanese and local media, GMH Administrator Joseph Verga announced that a 51-year-old tourist from Japan was pronounced dead at 11:20 a.m. this morning. The victim, who had been unconscious since arriving at the hospital Tuesday night, succumbed to the injuries he sustained after being hit by the Toyota Yaris that police say Chad DeSoto was driving the night he ran over and stabbed multiple people in Tumon. The death toll from the Tumon tragedy is now at 3. 29-year-old Rie Sugiyama and 81-year-old Kazuko Uehara were both pronounced dead yesterday after being stabbed.
We had 6 patients admitted to Guam Memorial Hospital from this incident.
6人の患者様が現在こちらの病院に入院されております。
One was in very critical condition.
1名はとても重症な状態であります。
At the time he presented,
こちらに来られた時の状態が
and at
重症だということ
11:20
で
this
す。
morning, that victim expired.
重症であった患者様はお亡くなりになられました。
The other 5 patients that were admitted,
他の5名の患者様でこちらに入院されている患者様につきましては、
the 2 children
2名のお子様、
are both rooming in
同じお部屋の方に現在
and
入
are,
院され
and
てお
are
ります。
stable
現在、安定した状態であります。
and are expected to be discharged tomorrow.
明日退院の予定であります。
One of the patient that was involved with the automobile accident
自動車関連の事故に巻き込まれたもう一人の患者様につきましては、
was sent to Japan early today.
今朝、日本の方に搬送されまして現在向かわれているところです。
Another patient, an elderly woman,
他のお年を少し召された患者様につきましては
is doing very well
現在状態はとてもいい状況です。
from a stabbing incident.
そちらの患者様は、ナイフで刺されて負傷された患者様であります。
And she is also expected to be discharged tomorrow.
そちらの患者様も、明日退院の方向であります。
We still have one of the victim
1名の患者様がまだこちらにおります。
in the intensive care unit.
ICU の方で今まだ入院されております。
Her condition is still guarded.
そちらの患者様のコンディションはまだ安定には至っておりませんので、まだ。
The one female in the ICU is not in a coma, and the remaining 3, including the 2 children aged 8 months and 3 years old, are scheduled to be released tomorrow. All of the victims that were admitted were tourists from Japan. Dr. A.J. Smith, an ophthalmologist with Island Eye Specialists in Tamuning, who happened to be sitting at the coffee shop at the Outrigger Hotel in Tumon when the tragedy occurred, says he heard the car crash into the ABC store.
I saw the gentleman get out, the person get out and basically run towards a crowd and start randomly stabbing. He came out, looked like he came out like this with two large knives. One looked like it was a meat cleaver type of a knife, and the other one like a huge kitchen knife. And he just started stabbing in this crowd of people. And I think the people in the immediate area were so shocked they didn't really move very much.
Smith says he and his colleague, Dr. Flowers, ran in the other direction, away from the crazed, knife-wielding murderer for fear of their own lives. But other bystanders came to the rescue.
Apparently, the security guard started macing him, and other, brave bystanders started attacking him in their own rights.
When things calmed down, some bystanders noticed that the 2 doctors were still in their scrubs and asked them to help the victims.
There were 3 people laying on the ground. It was an older lady who was in pretty bad condition, maybe apparently she's a 29-year-old lady who was also in bad condition. Then another person that I don't really remember because I was focused so much on the 2 critical people. And additionally, there was a baby being held by a lady that looked like she was involved or part of the group. but it didn't look like she was injured.
The elderly woman and the 29-year-old woman on the ground were two of the deceased, and the baby is the 8-month-old who is set for release from the hospital tomorrow. Smith says the baby was in stable condition, but had a bad cut on its face.
It had a laceration cut from here all the way down to about there. It's kind of very ballooned open. Looked like a flower. I mean, it really puffed out. It was a lot of fat. Like I said, it didn't look like it hit any major structures or arteries or anything, so we were happy to see that.
The 81-year-old woman had a slash across her throat, and the 29-year-old was stabbed in the back. Smith believes she may have been trying to shield the 8-month-old baby. Smith is not sure the relationship of these people to each other, but he says that the 29-year-old and the 81-year-old were laying on top of each other, and it appeared that the woman holding the baby had taken the baby away from the 29-year-old after they got stabbed.
He obviously was deranged. You know, I'm very interested to find out what his toxicology screen shows, because to me it seemed like there had to be some substance abuse. That's obviously a guess, but he appeared, just his face appeared that way.
You are a doctor, so